Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode. We had one lost media recording, but we're now in the second episode after a few months away. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. I went to Japan, did some exam, and now I'm back. I'm ready to watch Muay Thai fight again.
A lot has happened since the last recording, I guess. Been out there doing some shoots for this channel as well.
I saw the clips. I saw all the videos, all three of them. It was pretty good. It looked very professional. It's like a league above everything you've done before, kinda. It was like a proper documentary. It wasn't just a YouTube video.
I think that is like, what's the word? Like a sign of what's to come with the page. Like the beginning. It's not like a lot of people are saying that this is cool. When are we gonna get the next episodes? Blah blah blah. But I'm like, it was never the goal for it to be like a long-term thing. It was more of like a preview into the future of what I have installed right now, I guess. And the reason it's done so professionally is all credits to Mr. Tony Knight, who helped me record the thing, went on a trip with me, and then helped with the coloring. Then I did the planning, the shooting, the idea, and then the editing, and obviously the voiceovers. So yeah, it was a cool experience, bro. Like it was, I guess, a lot different to what I have done before, because like the whole page, the whole thing, it was always regarding like top level Muay Thai.
Yeah,
right?
it was always like sport news, and this you really shine a spotlight on the smaller guys. You know, the up and coming, the future of Muay Thai, which is very unique. I haven't really seen anyone do it, especially in an international sense, where you made it English too. So that's something I really, really enjoyed watching.
I've only seen it done, but in terms of like explaining Muay Thai, like the concept of Muay Thai, on a conceptual level, like these are kids who are at the gyms and because their life's just shit, and then they're trying to dream of one day becoming champion. But I sort of like fleshed out on that a bit more, I guess, like dug deep into the personal level of the fighters as well, and then properly go through like the whole thing. So our process there was that I went to the fights with Tony. Tony filmed all the fights, and then I just like went to the guys after they have fought, and then asked if I can go to your gym. And then the interview was not planned at all. I just wrote like all the questions on the 5-minute car ride from the hotel to the said gyms, and then I just edited everything from there. So like you see like all the videos had like concepts and like storylines and shit, right? None of it is planned. I just struck that whole thing up like abstractly.
I mean,
that's even a word.
That's very beautiful too, because even though you didn't plan for it, those storyline was still there and you can still grasp it, right? So each gym, each fighter, they have a story behind them, and it's not something that you would always get. You never get a chance to really know someone's full story.
Yeah.
And to see that you had a chance to explore it even without that much planning, just show how rich this sport is in like humanity, in the human element.
So that is exactly what one of the main goals of going on that trip was, is that like especially in this era of Muay Thai, like I said in the intros of that series, where in this era of Muay Thai especially, the most valuable asset is not the fights, because like, well, the fights aren't as good as it was back then, but it's still more marketable.
Yes.
And the thing that is marketable is that people are now doing the boxing or the UFC model, where they promote the narratives and the stories behind the fights more than the fights itself. So it's now not a sport, it's more of a storytelling competition, I guess. And the point of that whole project was to show that there are stories to be told on any level of the sport. So every single show, every single fighter, if they fight Muay Thai and it is a serious show, and they are from like proper passionate gyms with an actual like people behind them, all of them are promotable. That is like one of the main goals of that series. And then another one is obviously showing that I can also dig up stories from these shows and then bring out the best of them, you know. Let's say like for example, like the second video with the female fighter Laura.
Oh yeah.
If you just look at the interview only and then you present it in like a broadcast type way, fucking worst interview you ever hear. I just wanted to prove that once you find, if like the show or like the platform is like smart enough, they can bring out the best of the fighters. even if they aren't like brashy or like arrogant or like trash talking, because like that also ends up becoming a blur at a certain point, So yeah, that's one of the main goals of the series as well. And then, oh yeah, I have to mention that the whole project, the mini project, that wouldn't have been possible without the guys at Ghost Brand who sponsored the whole thing, and then also Matt Lucas for helping co-create that project, and then also linking me up with the sponsors. It was a cool experience, bro. Like I think it's a lot different from, well, especially like from what you're used to. Like
Oh, definitely.
it's a lot different from like a one show, an RWS show. It was also my first experience of going to like a temple fair show,
Wow.
like a countryside show. Like I heard of it, and then I also like would watch live streams, and I know what to expect, obviously. But it's the first time I went there and actually like did work.
How was the fight like compared to inside the city?
A lot more diversity in terms of skill set. So like the last video with the main event, that can be a Bangkok fight, in my opinion at least. And especially in this era where it's not like you have to be good to be in Bangkok anymore. There's no like system of like promotion, like you fight here and then you're good and then you are promoted to Bangkok level and then you're promoted into the main event. There's none of that element these days. So in Bangkok you would get, well, fucking everything. Even kids fighting, you'd get foreigners fighting, you'd get traditional 5-round shows, you'd get fucking everything. In a countryside show, you also get everything, but in a different way, I would say. You would get everything in terms of like, there would be washed up fighters, there would be super heavyweight obese fighters.
Oh yeah, I
that
saw
would,
those.
Yeah,
There'll be like old guys too.
there would be like old guys. There would be serious fights with side bets. You'd get everything. There's no like, the show doesn't. Okay, I think the best way to explain it is that there is no filtering process before the fight card is structured together. Unlike in like a Bangkok show where this card is for people who just want to get drunk and enjoy the fights. This card is for this and that. Whereas in the countryside, you get whatever you can get in that area. So you get the whole picture of what Muay Thai is like in that province. I think it's the best way to explain of what it is like. So like in the first few fights, you would get like tiny kids who had like only like 5 fights or something like that. And then you would get that. And then an hour later, you would have like top level, like 2 of the best like golden boys in like the area fighting each other. And then sometimes with like big side bets, obviously. And then in the end of the card, sometimes we get like big fat guys who are just like fighting for the lulz. And then sometimes we get old guys fighting because they have nothing to do post-retirement. You ever seen this Lakhai guy? He's like as tall as this tripod.
What?
Bro, he's like 150 something centimeters. And he's like, a lot of people are so worried that he's still fighting.
As they should be.
No, but he was a proper fighter back then. I know you call me Unk, but I'm also too young to see him fight in his prime.
Yeah.
But like, asking like even the trainers here, they're like, yo, he was a serious fighter. But now he's like going through like different provinces, just going to fight events alone. Wrapping his hands and shit alone, having no cornerman, just fighting to make a living still. Yeah, it's called like the deadliest martial arts and like promoted to hell outside. And then in Thailand, you see like old guys just fighting after they down like Thai whiskey. And then you see like children fighting because it's like the safest thing they can do in the area.
Yeah, probably.
Sometimes it puts things to like perspective,
Compared to doing drugs and like riding your motorcycle off a cliff, Muay Thai is probably safer.
It's not just like in terms of safetyness, it's also like in terms of like
there's a
career
future.
path. There's a future.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, I was talking to Petzilla. He was sitting in this exact chair right here.
Awesome.
And then there was one point during the recording where he just went off a tangent on his own where like, yo, where would I be without Muay Thai, blah, blah, blah. And then that just puts in perspective. One of the things that I got from the videos was that there were a lot of, there were mostly positive comments. There were also a portion where it's like child abuse. And that is, to be expected. But a lot of times when people, get like negative comments, they will go like hater, blah, 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 and then just ignore it. I actually don't do that at all. I actually like read and then deep what like the people who are commenting are trying to say, because I appreciate all comments, even though it's just a fuck you. Then I appreciate your attention to detail too, and then your time and then your effort to comment that, and then for me to read. So I'll try to deep everything that is said to me. So I get a lot of like, child fighting, this is not a sport, blah 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 blah, and then I'm like, I had a thought about it, of like, is this actually morally and ethically correct? So I'll ask you like the question first. What do you think about like having like parents send these kids into like gyms and then fighting, and then, you know, how do you think about the whole scene?
Obviously, we all have different views. We were raised like differently. Some of us more Western, you know. That's hard. Oh, that's a hard question. Wait, I gotta think about it for a bit.
Well, other than just the principle and moral dilemma, I think initially you have to look at it on the practical side, because if you can't do it, then there's no point in thinking about it, right? Practically, it's either Muay Thai or whatever life has to offer. And that is, like, to me, that's already enough to like say like there's no real point in thinking about it, because like when you look at it as options like that, A and B, A is way better than B sometimes, you know, like you're gonna be thinking about how like brain development and shit like that, which I'm not saying is not true, but it's like compared to like the current like issue and the thing that they are facing right in front of them, that is something that can be dealt with and has been dealt with, and people have coped with for like so many generations.
You know, it really made me think of the moment in the video where you asked the kid like, where would you be without Muay Thai? And he said he would probably be doing drugs with his friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this kids fighting in a practical sense, like you said, I think it's probably the best option they could do. Obviously, in an ideal world, they would be going to school and doing whatever and probably getting high paying jobs in the future, like guaranteed like becoming a doctor or something. That's in the ideal world. But in this...
You're so Asian, bro. Becoming a doctor.
Yeah, I am Asian.
And then becoming an engineer. Option B.
Maybe a lawyer too.
Maybe a lawyer, option C.
And like in the ideal world, obviously, but like these kids, they don't have any chance. And sometimes they are even forced to fight. Like if you listen to Golden Age legend, like Sama didn't like fighting at all. His brother forced him to fight.
Yeah.
And look where fighting brought him now.
It's like school to them, right? Like no kid wants to go to school. Like you still go to school, right?
Yeah.
I doubt you want to go to school.
Most day I don't.
Yeah. And it's the same thing for them, I guess. But yours is less risky.
Yeah.
So from the whole like thought process that spiraled down after like seeing and reading the comments, what my conclusion was to the whole thing, the last thing that stopped the whole conversation in my head was just people were talking like it was like slavery or like exploitation or like human trafficking like type stuff. One key difference that you can make is that when you ask all the fighters after they retire, before they retire, or even the ones who are currently active or the ones who are just beginning, if you ask all of them if they regret doing Muay Thai in that part of life, none of them really says that they do. But if you ask like someone who have been human trafficked, if they regret that part of life, they would definitely say that they do regret it, right? So it's like, it's not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be.
I feel like with Western standards too, I don't think they really grasp how the Thailand works, especially the countryside. So they're applying Western standards of what kids should do, what kids should be, to rural Thailand, where all that just goes out the window. And that's not really the case anymore. So
yeah, it's a different world.
It's not like you going to America and you grabbing like little Timmy and force him to go up into like an MMA fight or something. It's not really something like that in Thailand. It's very different. There's different context to these stuff.
Speaking about America, like if you go by CTE, like NFL athletes probably get more CTE than Muay Thai fighters, to be fair.
Yeah. CTE is built through practice usually, because the amount of time you actually be fighting and taking shots to the head is not as much as you would train and spar and take shots in the head. Obviously, you spar more than you actually have fight a year. That's why a lot of boxers have CTE.
No, that's not true.
That's true.
No,
it's repeated trauma.
No, as in that you train more than you fight. If you go to the countryside, they train less than they fight.
I mean, like, I'm speaking from like a boxing standpoint.
Yeah, from a boxing standpoint, it's true.
Because the research on CT is mostly from boxing and MMA. That's not really Muay Thai research yet, from what I've seen.
Speaking of like the negative side, then there's also like the positive stuff. Like we see a lot of rising stars coming through like Muay Thai, like through this scene, and like I sort of touched it in the Lost Media podcast, where like a lot of the times these days I don't even keep track of like the Bangkok scene like that much anymore, you know. Like if I had to like run the page the same way that I did in the beginning, I definitely can still do it, but like it would take effort, you know. Back then I was doing it effortlessly. Like I don't think I can out-report Muay Thai like compared to like Tetsuya, like guys like that, where all they do is like, you know, go through like Facebook and
like 17 posts a day. They're not human. I don't know how they do that.
I can do that if I actually like really wanted to, but like
you don't wanna.
What's the point?
Yeah, good point.
No, but back to the point, it's just a lot of the times when I actually do tune into Muay Thai these days, it's just to see one of these guys who are walking in Warwickshire right now. One of these guys fight, or they fight on the same card, and I end up watching the whole card. Either that, or I just watch like random like kid shows in Bangkok. So in Bangkok back then, the traditional system would be like you are a top fighter in the countryside, then you move into like post-lim or post-lim Bangkok, and then you move into prelim Bangkok. Well, no, you go from countryside to like periphery Bangkok, to like post-lim big stadium Bangkok, to like prelim, then main event, then title picture is like way over there. These days there's not like a system like that anymore, as I touched in the beginning. It's more of just like what can you offer to one of the companies in Bangkok. So like let's say you are an entertaining foreigner who can fight for 3 rounds and then do some crazy stuff, then you might fight on Raja knockout in the main event in your first fight of like your life, literally. So like the system is just completely different. The point is now you don't have to be a top like kid fighter to fight in Bangkok. Sometimes the child fighting scene, like the young lower weight class fights, are also happening in like certain stadiums like Pathum Stadium or like WSS Stadium in Bangkok. And sometimes I would just tune into those shows these days just for fun. And it's like I'm gonna clip it and it's gonna sound weird, but I enjoy child fighting so much these days. The justification is that the fighting is so much more raw, and it's like once they become skilled enough these days in Bangkok, the gambling influences in 5-round Muay Thai makes them fight a bit more timid, I'd say. They don't want to show as much. Being good in Muay Thai these days is more about figuring how to win rather than showing why you are good. It's like a lot of times it's just trying to satisfy the gambling odds or like what this stadium or that stadium want. You know, the whole thing is more of a figuring out process rather than showcasing of skill. But when they're still coming up and they're still raw and probably still immature, they're still just trying to be as good as possible, you know? So then you get like the most fleshed out, most extravagant Muay Thai a lot of the times from like the younger fighters these days. So yeah, it's like really fun like watching a lot of these kids come up. And then like even just yesterday, Jit Mangnon did like a tournament where they had like a lot of the younger fighters. I'm not gonna pretend like I followed the whole thing, but the kid in the main event I do recognize because he went on P-Odd's, Odd KO is like a news reporter in Thailand. He did an interview with P-Odd he said that he wasn't gonna let Odd interview him. So what happened was he was sitting outside, he was doing weight cut in his South Hasuda shit, like some shit like that. It's probably not a big cut or anything, but like he was just sitting there in front of the stadium. Then the news reporter comes up to him, records him on his phone, and is like, "What's your name?" Like, "Can I interview you?" "No." "What? No, I can't interview you?" "No." "Well, what weight do you fight at?" And then he just gives out a whole ass interview for like 2 minutes. And then I remember him from that video like a year ago. And in the Jit Mangnon like Young Fighter tournament, he won the whole thing.
Oh.
So then I recognize him from like the previous video, and then I go back on Facebook to like search up like the whole old stuff, go through like the whole thing, and then I found it and like, oh, that's where I recognize this kid from. So yeah, there's also that like sort of like satisfaction when you see them do well, you know. The amount of success stories that comes from the sport, if the kids do like go through with the whole process of like, it's not an easy process obviously, and it does come with a price, but when it does come to fruition, like it's just cool to see, you know. People are talking about like it's a Thai thing or like it's a Thai exploitative thing. Bro, like Nadaka, who's fighting on the big One Japan card soon, now regarded one of the pound for pound best fighters in the sport.
Yeah.
There are pictures of him when he was a baby fighting around like the countryside shows in Thailand. So they all went through the same process. You see, like even today, you know, like Tito from America.
Yes.
He's
Petit
fighting,
D.
yeah, on Petit D shows, and he's been fighting there since like 13, 14, right? So that's still like way too young compared to like Western standards. And then you know what's the funny thing about like the whole comment section
Yeah.
is that, well, I do say that I read and then I deep the whole thing, but you can't take it too hard because all of them are so contradicting.
Why?
Fucking Western comments saying that they shouldn't be fighting is like too much head trauma, blah blah blah. And then I see like Thai comments like, why is he so fighting so defensively? He will never be able
I saw that. I saw the comments too.
he will never be able to beat the foreigners fighting like this, like the
Yeah.
old Thai traditional safe way. And then I'm like, so do you want kids to fight safely, or do you want them to fight aggressively to beat foreigners? But the foreigners is telling them that they are fighting too dangerously. But the Thai people are saying that they need to fight more dangerously to cope, to cater towards foreign fighting. The reason that Thai people are trying to make their fighters more aggressive and shit is because, well, it's gonna sound like I'm blaming one, but it is actually because like you see all these fighters, Thai legends, getting knocked out by foreigners in small gloves. And then it is explained to you that it is the natural evolution of the sport. So then the common Thai eye would see that the sport has evolved away from them. Then they need to change the way they fight since they were young. But then you see like other people who are like probably not even like Muay Thai people. They'll be like, well, this is now a dangerous sport. So like there's no way to make everyone happy. And like every country has like different rule sets or like regulations for their younger fighters, right? Like in the UK, you don't even get to use elbows until you're like pro tier or something. Like I had a couple English people explain this to me, but I always forget because it's so sophisticated with the whole class. Like there's like B class, C class, A class. I went in the wrong order there. But then you have to go to A class fights in order to use elbows, and before that you can't even elbow, or you use elbow pads or something. Or like in C class you can't even strike people like in the head. The thing that a lot of Thai people are thinking about is not even true, where they think that Muay Thai is where they think that Muay Thai abroad is more aggressive and more, you know, punch heavy, and they train harder since they were young. It's not even true like globally, you know. But like when you look at like Japan or like probably like Russia, they probably fight like even harder than they do in Thailand. You know, so it's like I feel like you can just make a whole ass argument about trying to be like this country or that country, because every single country is different. You just need to find what works for Thailand. And the only thing that is working right now in this country is like the child fighting scene, because that is what is producing actual talent into Bangkok. Anything after that is just anything goes right now. But like I feel like you shouldn't try to fix what is already working.
You said that child fighting is more fun because there wasn't as much gambling influence into it, so Muay Thai is
No.
more flesh out, right?
There is more gambling in countryside Muay Thai because the whole thing is fueled by
I mean
gambling.
child Muay Thai, not
Yeah.
countryside.
Yeah, every single fight you need to have a bet in order for the fight to happen. It's such a sophisticated thing to explain because like the gambling influence is more about like I have to go into like fucking proper like gambling 5-round territory to explain it to you, but it would be probably too much. Fighting with gambling and fighting for the gambling is different. That's what I would say to explain the whole thing. So kids wouldn't be able to do stuff like manipulating the odds or like waiting for yourself to be underdog and then wait for the injections before going all in, or waiting to just do something in round 4 because like reasons. or like stuff like that, it's more about so fighting with gambling makes the fight better. Fighting for gambling and then just like have gambling put a leash on you is totally different.
Okay, I get it now.
That's what I'd say. You're talking about this, which is like super uncommon.
Extremely rare.
What is actually common is like fights where people do go into and then come out as being their last. Like they're like retirement fights. Like not too long ago, there's this kid called Elijah. He's proper popular on Instagram.
Yeah, he broke another guy's jaw. Yeah.
Yeah, he broke Lung Tian's jaw, bro. Like a lot of people would just say like this guy, that guy, but I go to Channel 7 a lot, right? And he's a Channel 7 regular, and I proper recognize the fighter, and I'm like, oh, like how hard? Well, first of all, how hard does Elijah hit? The second of all is that what is Lung Tian gonna do now?
Yeah.
Because like he posted like it's like it sounds like he can't fight again. It sounds like that is his retirement fight, and I know for a fact that he definitely didn't go into that fight thinking it would be his last fight. He's still like on the younger side. So it's like, wow, this sport, bro.
The pictures too, man. I remember I saw the picture.
And he also posted about it, like, I guess this is it for me with Muay Thai. And then that just means like he has to come up with like solutions, right? Like, what is he going to do after Muay Thai? One of the bad side effects of Muay Thai is that you fight and then you sacrifice a lot. You lose a lot of skills, like in the time that you spend training, you can be going to school or like something like that. Sometimes it's not an option, but also you are like making sacrifices in terms of like life skills, like money management skills or like planning or like organization, like just the basic stuff, because the only thing you know and the only place you are smart in is in the ring sometimes. So sometimes I'm not saying that Lung Tian fight is gonna end up washed. I'm just saying like using that as an example of like sometimes when you retire you don't know where you're gonna go, and then you get cases like we talked about earlier with like guys like Lakhai or like older guys who are still fighting because like it's not like the most fruitful country in the world in terms of opportunity. Oh, and on a side note, I think Elijah's entire
fight purse,
fight purse. I think so. Good on the kid, and I hope like he doesn't take it too hard on himself.
Yeah,
it's not his fault at all. The other guy would do the same thing to him.
like, true.
It's just unfortunate. Yeah. Speaking of like retirements, like Prapow's coming back from retirement.
Oh, of course he is. Why though? He had a whole plan set up with both though. He had a whole like retirement plan set up. Why would he come back?
Well, he doesn't have a plan set up.
Really?
No, that's just a video where it's like both like I'm your investor. You can suggest me or pitch me any of your ideas, and then I'll invest if the idea is like solid. It doesn't even have to be good. It just have to be like sustainable. And I think he failed to come up with that. I think he suggested that he opens a Grapao shop, but then both's like, well, that's all over the country. What's gonna make yours stand out? And he's like, well, I don't know. And then he's like, you're just gonna go out of business soon. Like, then there's no point in me investing, he is right.
Yeah.
If he's just gonna give him money, then he can just give him money, that he doesn't, and he already did that before. So he like, it's not wrong to think like that. And then Prapao, I think, doesn't come up with a better alternative to that. So he just decided he's gonna give fighting one more shot, I think. How many events have you been through, like live?
Live? 1, 2, 3.
If you can't count it on one hand,
it's not enough. Not enough. I went to 4 events. Yeah, 4 events live. 3 of them are one event. One is RWS.
Which event do you enjoy the most?
Superbon versus the one Chai. Went with my brother and my dad.
Why?
I think that was like my first proper like one event, because the one I went to before was in the morning and I was like too tired to really take in anything. It was Tawan Chai versus Joe Natterwood. The other one was set in the morning, and I watched the card and the card wasn't that stacked. And then I went to watch in December, I went to Tawan Chai Superbon. All the cards was so fun live, and the stadium really did. It was like electrifying. Everyone cheered. Each fight, each strike, and you can really feel like the crowd. They even brought Seitan up to them. I was like, why is there so much soldier here at Lumpini today? And then suddenly they brought Seitan up. I was like, yeah, makes sense.
Do you think you enjoyed the show because of the fights, or you enjoyed the show because of the crowd, or like when you go to an event compared to just watching the fights at home? Because obviously you can see the fights at home.
yeah.
It will cost less. It will be like, it's less
More
demanding.
convenient.
More convenience. What makes you want to go to a show live?
Other than supporting.
Yeah, other than supporting is a different
fighters,
case.
I go live because the crowd, honestly, just the crowd, because like, which is why I don't go out often, because it's not something I'm seeking often. But I go out because the crowd are more fun, and usually it's because other people are going to. And since I'm someone who knows Muay Thai, knows more than the average person, they'll come with me. So like my brother came with me when he come back from the UK. He went to watch it one with me, and I brought my Hong Kong friend to RWS with me. Like usually, if I was alone, I probably wouldn't go because I can watch the fight live. But like,
so it's like a social, like
kinda,
like it's like going to a restaurant, to a bar. Or
kinda. Because if I was alone, I wouldn't, unless the card was ultra stacked and I really, really want to like be there. I wouldn't go to Lumpini or Raja.
No, you don't go to Muay Thai stadiums alone like that.
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think you go to any sports event alone. Would you go to an NBA game on your own?
I mean, if I was American and living there, I probably wouldn't. But like, if I was a tourist, I was like a novelty. I gotta go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but
like one big question that a lot of tourists would want to know. Compare Lumpini and Raja Damran. If they are here for like 3 days, and then they only have 1 day spot for Muay Thai, and then they have to ride an elephant, they have to eat Thai street food, they have to go to Nana Plaza. Like they can only fit like one spot for Muay Thai, which is the
RWS easily location. One easy reason, location. It's so convenient. If you're here for 3 days, I wouldn't bother going so far away to Lumpini unless you're a big fan of the sport. I mean, big fan of one Muay Thai. If you're here, you can go to RWS. There's food, there's free flowing drinks. It's close to Khao San. There's camps, dance camps. It's just a tourist event. If you're a tourist and you're not like super into one Muay Thai, don't bring yourself into the hassle of dragging yourself into the edge of like the city just to go watch one Lumpini, because it is quite far, especially if you're living like in a hotel in the middle of like Bangkok, that area. Doesn't make sense.
I think if you go to a one event, it's like you're there to see a fight or the whole card.
Yes.
But if you go to like RWS, you're just there to
atmosphere.
For the atmosphere, for the experience. You're a bit too young for this example, but I'll drop it anyways. I would say one is like going to a bar and then picking up a girl, and then you have to like do like everything. You have to find the location, you have to find a way to go back to like the condo, the hotel, blah blah blah, and then do everything like that. With RWS, it's like it's made for convenience. They are more welcoming for you to be there. It's like a massage parlor. They will give you a big quick rub down. They'll ask you what you want, what you like, blah blah blah. They'll do everything for you. So with one, it's more like you want to be there. With RWS, it's more like they want you to be there.
Is that getting clipped?
It can go viral.
For all the right
but
reasons.
It's like the greatest analogy I ever came up with. Yeah, RWS events, right? Were you there when they had like the ceiling?
Yes, the dome. Oh yeah, I forgot. How did I forget about the dome? It's a whole experience. If you're in Thailand, in Bangkok specifically, and you want the Thai experience, the dome's free. The dome shows, ancient warriors and stuff. And the slides that the video they present really give you the feeling that you're in like, a historic building. So yeah, if you want to see those kind of stuff, just check out Raja.
Would you like to go to an RWS event soon?
If it's for social reason, yeah.
If it's for supporting my boy and then going backstage with an all access, would you go?
Bad. What day is it?
Yeah, so that's obviously the biggest fight for me anytime soon. But also like in terms of like the grand scheme of Muay Thai, the biggest event coming up soon is the One Japan. Any fights you're looking forward to in that card?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Nabil versus Haggerty.
right now I'm like still trying to figure out how Numsurin can beat Nadaka. I'm not saying that he can, but like I cannot visualize how he does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, it actually shocked me how well Nadaka adapted to a small glove. He took it up like immediately, right?
No,
In
it's
his
not
fight
immediately.
against
He had
Rock.
two warm-up fights with small gloves in his hometown.
Really? He had? Oh, no wonder he adapted to it first.
Yeah. He like knows what he's doing.
Bro, it's like, when he fought with Rock, I was like, man.
Mad.
I was like, man, damn. Rock is kind of like the average. I wouldn't say he's the average, but
No, Rock.
his fighting style is kind of like the average Thai guy who just got into one.
No, so if you look at Rock's record, he beats all the Thai guys who are debutants and then just fight there once and then leave. But he would lose to all like your Songchai Noise and shit.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like I'm not saying anything bad about him, but like record-wise, he's gatekeeper. So to do that to a gatekeeper, it just shows you where you are. You know, he's like a good ruler.
Yeah.
Like a good measuring stick for like your skill, and like to be able to do that to like Rock is like, yeah. Numsurin knocked out Kun Sik Noi in his first one fight.
Oh, yeah, he did. No, wait, actually, he did. That's
Small
why
world.
the name was so familiar. I remember I watched the fight. I was like, oh, yeah, someone knocked out Kun Sik Noi.
Yeah, it was Numsurin.
Oh, it's Numsurin?
Yeah.
He's not doing that to Nadaka, I think.
The thing with Nadaka is no one knows how tough he is because he's never been touched like that.
Yeah.
So like imagine like with all the hype and then he just ends up being like super glass shinned.
Yeah.
Like, it would be such an anticlimactic one where like Numsurin goes in there, jabs once and then Nadaka just stumbles, you know. How anticlimactic would that be? Yeah, like Numsurin is a super old fighter. He's like 30 now. Like I know but in Thai years it's like
200?
Yeah, around like he's around 2 centuries old.
Yeah.
So in Thai fighting years, and he was a clincher. I think he was like Muay Khao. And that's why he like the speed difference is gonna be like super like
Apparent?
super apparent. It's gonna Nadaka is like
He's like the Flash.
he's like the
He changes angles so quickly. I don't see anyone who do that like as comfortably as him. And he can like circle around his opponent or like get out of the corner like immediately.
you can like underrate or overrate him all you want and then call him this and that. But one thing that you cannot deny is that he's fast as fuck. The fastest fighter I saw, like I know of in Thailand or like Muay Thai is, well, it was Prajanchai. Like maybe not in like this current form.
Yeah.
When he was like
Prime.
peak Prajanchai is like probably the fastest I seen like live. But like right now it's probably Nadaka, right? I don't imagine anyone being faster than him. I know like in a Muay Thai fight it's more than one factor, but if in one of those aspects you lose to someone that much, it's like it's gonna be super apparent when the fight goes through, yeah. Especially with like Numsurin, who's like he's not like an aggressive fighter like Songchai Noi style, you know. He's not gonna. You seen like the latest Songchai Noi fight where he had like bloodlust and shit. He got cut open by a Burmese fighter and then he just
went I saw that fight.
He just went crazy.
Yeah.
So he's not that type of fighter as well. When you're crazy like that, then you have a shot against like pretty much anyone. But like Numsurin is more like calculated. Numsurin is undefeated, like 7-0, 6-0, something like that in one. He's like super successful, but at a smaller weight, obviously.
Yeah.
But like he's super successful right now. Bro, he beat Songchai Noi.
He did? Wait.
Yeah, that's why he got the fight in the first place.
Oh yeah,
Because everyone was like, it needs to be Songchai Noi versus Nadaka soon.
Bro.
But then they keep booking Songchai Noi until he loses, and then once he lost, the guy who beats him gets a fucking title, like a shot against Nadaka.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's underrated as fuck.
Oh, what the hell? How did I forget that?
It's probably because he doesn't have like a clear gimmick like that, and it's also because like Songchai Noi is like the consensus is at this weight Songchai Noi is the guy, and then they were just waiting for Nadaka to come over. Everyone was just not looking who was under Songchai Noi at that time, you know. That's probably why. And then he beat Songchai Noi. Well, to be fair, I thought he got knocked down in the first round. To be honest, I can't lie. But then he also knocked Songchai Noi down, and then pretty much just just danced his way to victory.
Yeah.
He seems like a lovely guy, you know, and he also like likes like the proper like Masked Rider Japan stuff. Like, bro, if you go to his TikTok, it's like the most hilarious shit. He like does like Masked Rider, right?
Yeah, I have a massive life-size statue at home.
He does like have like a whole ass like TikTok category where he's like type of content where he just like does all the transformation animation. So he's gonna love Japan regardless.
Yeah.
win or lose, he's gonna love going there. That's priority number one. But priority number two, I don't know if he's gonna be
You gotta
able
hit
to.
up Akihabara.
I don't see how he wins. Let's just say it like that. But
Same.
I like both the guys. Like, it's not like I want him to win or lose. It's just like, as a fan, I guess I don't know how to explain him winning, like the scenario of him winning be like right now. One other fight though, Suakim versus Jake Peacock.
Oh, you just skip Rodtang versus Nong-O.
No, I'll go for the
I
last.
thought one other fight. I thought you meant like one last.
No, one other fight where people are like, I don't see how this guy wins. A lot of Thai people in the comments for the Suakim fight is like, bro, you're matching Suakim against a one-armed guy. He's gonna smash the. That's the main harm of having someone with disabilities in a fighting organization.
Like he did earn his way though. We gotta be honest.
Like talking as a promoter's perspective. It's like especially as an opponent for that fighter. It's like if Suakim
it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose situation, and I don't want it to be like that. Obviously, as like a fan, and then I just want the world to be nice to the guy who's following his dreams despite his disabilities.
Yeah.
I don't want people to look at it
inspiring.
like that. Yeah, and he's proper good.
Yeah, like it's not like a charity job where we let this dude with one arm in.
Nope.
He fought his way through Road to One Canada, was it?
Or,
Like
or England or something
like that. And then he fought he was WBC champion too. Like
you can look at all his rewards and it's there, and then you look at his fight and it matches all the accolades and the hype.
yeah.
Like he actually fights like proper nice. Like even at this gym when we're here, like people here fight for a living, and people who fight for a living aren't gonna watch fights as entertainment. But every time Jake Peacock fights, we tune in. Like I feel like he's one of the foreigners who I like watching fight the most. And like that's like nothing to do with the arm, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and it's also like an elbow. It's also like
The nub, right? That he can
like
attack
it's
with the
also
nub.
like a weapon of its
yeah,
own.
yeah. I
bro.
saw him like hit like Shinji Suzuki with it. He was like bang in the clinch.
There we go. Like,
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's interesting.
it's like
People are like, oh, does it hurt? And like
it's not a lose-lose,
other
bro.
people
Like,
say, people who've been hit with it before say it hurt too.
I know, like it's a lose-lose, as in like how people will take it,
Yeah.
and it's not like I can change the world, but like
It's not
a lose-lose, bro.
it's not as much as a Muay Thai like thing. It's more of like just a world thing.
And it's not like Suakim has been impressing everyone in one right now, Like his performances, even though he got the contract and a few nice knockouts, it's not like he has like the most like greatest record. It's not like he has like a Numsurin record, he can be beat, and he has been beaten before, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Peacock beats him.
There are a lot of fight I watched, he kind of win, but with like extreme difficulty too.
Yeah, and then also the main event, the Rodtang versus Nong-O fight. What you got?
Well, technically the main event is Superbon versus Noiri, but like
Oh yeah, fuck.
but like
the main event, like the highest
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai fight on the card. Yeah, obviously, like Nong-O is like.
Nong-O is always training well. I
No,
think.
it might be Nong-O's last opportunity at a title, right? Like,
Yeah.
imagine if he gets knocked out by Rodtang. I don't think he is ever fighting for a belt again.
Probably not. I don't see why they would.
It's a stacked enough division to have like continuous feed of contenders. They don't need to have like Nong-O fight for the belt over and over again.
Yeah.
So this is the biggest opportunity that Nong-O
In his career.
No, not in his whole career.
In his
Obviously,
career, I mean one career, right?
In his, like-
one like
in his like
what do you call it?
from his current standpoint to the end of his career, this is the biggest. Like we talked about the speed difference with the Nadaka Numsurin fight, right? The toughness difference for Rodtang versus Nong-O is gonna be like super different, because when you look back, like even like just coming out of COVID, I think was when Nong-O fought Ramazanov.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a moment where Nong-O got cut that fight, and then it was a hard fight, and Nong-O also got wobbled by like a jab or something like that, and Rodtang will never get wobbled by a jab.
yeah.
So the toughness difference, it's 5 rounds as well, right? So your toughness will be put to a test. Like he only got through the Gongtorni fight through hard as well, and also like Gongtorni didn't have the best performance in there, but there were moments where he proper hurt Nong-O. And Rodtang probably punches harder than Gongtorni, and Nong-O is probably gonna have a harder time trying to hurt Rodtang.
And he's like more chinny now too.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
It's like
It's probably
when you're fighting with a not as good shin, you also have to fight differently and be more precautious.
defensive. Yeah.
Like it's gonna be a hard fight for Nong-O, I think. Like
I feel like Rodtang's the favorite. That doesn't mean I think he's gonna win like 100%, but Rodtang's definitely.
Nong-O definitely can do it.
Yeah,
like
can,
if we made this matchup like 5 years ago, even like 10 years or 5 years ago, or like any
Like when he was like a defensive fighter.
any time, any place on the timeline, if we make this fight, other than the current time that we make it, Nong-O is like such a big favorite on any part of the timeline. Like beginning of their one careers, like pre-COVID, like or like stadium days is not even a question,
Yeah.
right? So it's only now where this is a fight that leans towards Rodtang.
Really does show like Nong-O like
Longevity.
too. He's like the LeBron of this sport. He's actually crazy when you think about the guy he fought. Some people he fought like in early of his career were dudes who were in the golden age.
Yeah.
And now he's fighting like guys like Gong Torni in one who became like really popular because of one. Like he's fighting these like new gen Bluetooth like era fighter, while at the start of his career he was fighting dudes who was fighting against guys like Samad or something.
And he's still giving them like proper fights.
Yeah. He was beating
He was beating Nico, bro.
Oh
in
yeah.
the first round.
The low kicks actually got to him. Then,
Like how are you doing that at that age? Like it's I know he got knocked out and like Nico does deserve his props there, but it's like well he's now like 10 pounds fighting 10 pounds below where he fought there.
That's crazy too. That's crazy too.
So that the age, the rule set, like
the weight too, like
all of them combined, all of those factors combined is like how are you still being how good are you to be able to produce this sort of performances at this age? And then when you look like I'll tell you this, like when you look back on like, well obviously like I'm a nerd, and like I would watch like old fights as well. Like if I had to choose between like watching Sanchai tapes or Nong-O tapes, I would choose Nong-O all day. Even though I know like they fought like and Nong-O lost 5 times. I still like Nong-O's style back then so much. And his style back then is so much different to his current
defensive
style. Yeah, he's like the best defensive fighter I've ever seen. And then in terms of like, you know, like opponents not being able to land a kick on him, you know, or like land a kick unanswered. He's like the best at that, and is in that period at least. And for him to go from that to retire, become a trainer in a foreign country, fight in a new rule set that is very new at that point, and then become the longest reigning champion at that organization.
Yeah,
I think is a stat, right?
He has 8 defenses. That's crazy.
In a weight class where he could have made 10 pounds lighter. So he could have been champ as well in a division that suits him more. It's like, what the fuck? And then now we're still having discussions of can he beat Rodtang, you know?
Yeah,
like I want to say like even if he gets shinned by Rodtang, his legacy and his credit should not be tarnished at all. There's no stain on it from this fight. It is more of like can he even go
further
take it there, you know?
Oh, if he beats Rodtang, oh my god.
Like I would say that I root for him to win that fight because like
me too.
I don't know like either of the guys like personally. It's just like if Nong-O does it, is like I like a lot of times people will get shocked at one result when there's a crazy knockout or something like that. But when you watch the show so often, it's like there's crazy knockouts every week. Why are we surprised about it?
Yep.
Half the fights end with a knockout.
Yep.
So like I'm not shocked by it at all. But a Nong-O decision win would shock me. A Nong-O knockout win would make me run around Bangkok, bro. Like it would drive me insane if that happens. And if Rodtang does it, then it is what's to be expected of Nong-O at that age, and then also Rodtang for being the fighter that he is.
Even if he put up an extremely close fight and still lose.
Even a close fight.
Even a close fight would be like, wow, you brought a close fight to this organization, like icon, like the flagship fighter, pretty much. Rodtang's like,
yeah.
Like you brought it that close. I was like, whoa.
If he does it, then it's like, it might be like, he might be the GOAT.
The dick riding is crazy. I'm not sure about that.
No, he will be the one GOAT if he does it.
One GOAT.
Oh. One more
Nabil might be one GOAT.
Right now.
Currently, oh yeah.
After let's say after the Japan event, no matter how the Nabil fight ends, if Nong-O beats Rodtang, I think Nong-O is the one GOAT.
Damn.
Now, who else is there?
That's low-key valid though, eh?
Who else is there?
Like currently, Who is the current one GOAT? Let's say let's
Muay Thai, right?
Frame it that way right now.
Yeah, let's just make it clear it's only Muay Thai because like we're not talking about like Ong Lao, whatever. I don't follow that shit deep enough.
Super leg? No, he was kickboxing for a lot of
No, super leg is valid.
For one GOAT. If you look at like diversity of like kickboxing and Muay Thai, he was top of both. But like that was like an asterisk on some of his wins.
No, it's just the Nabil fight. Like the latest Nabil fight is so bad.
Oh yeah, that low key brings it down a bit.
Like you know, you see how everyone like he's fighting on this one card as well, and everyone like Superbon, Tawanchai, Rodtang, like everyone is saying in the same thing in the interviews. If Super like trains, he is super hard to beat. So it's like insinuating, you know,
that he didn't train that hard
for the Nabil fight.
It looked like he didn't train that hard. I can physically see that.
Yeah, physically he wasn't
as imposing as he was when he was with Haggerty.
It's just that one loss is so bad, and I don't know if Nong-O ever had like even his knockout against Haggerty is not as bad as you know. You know, like even getting knocked out is not as bad as looking that out of
shape.
it.
Even though he didn't even get knocked out that fight, it's still
it's even worse.
Because like
with the Haggerty one, it just looks like he got caught.
Yeah.
With this one, it looked like
he got thoroughly beat.
He got nothing to offer, you know.
Yeah.
But I do agree though that it's between those two, or Haggerty and Rodtang.
No, not Haggerty.
Not Haggerty.
Not
right?
Haggerty. Rodtang.
Is there a case for Rodtang?
No. Who did he beat? Who
beats him though? No. Other than Super Leg with 5 pounds, and that doesn't count at all. That fight is just irrelevant.
Yeah, but he didn't really face the top guy. He didn't really face like Peacock or something.
Is Peacock top guy?
He is. Like I felt like Super Leg faced more competition.
No, Super Leg's definitely higher up in like up like,
in one
term. No, in like all terms.
Yeah, honestly.
So Super Leg's higher up than Rodtang, so Rodtang's out of the conversation, and Nong-O is like. Is Tawanchai? No, Tawanchai.
Tawanchai? No. Bro. I like Tawanchai, but he's
close fight with Joe.
Close fight with Superbon. The first one,
and then also lost to Siddhishai in Muay Thai, right?
Lost Siddhishai, but that was like a last second fight too. There was something about the card, and
he went up in weight and lost, but he was preparing for the Muay. Like he fought Muay Thai, so like you know it still counts. And he was there to fight Semapet, and then Semapet pulled out, and then Siddhishai's opponent also pulled out. So then they fought each other instead. It's not like the most like last minute thing.
Boxing
Who else?
Really
Who else? That's
it. For kickboxing, can you make if we're looking at one GOAT and we're counting Super Leg kickboxing record to make his argument for one GOAT, and we're just looking at Nong-O for his Muay Thai only, is that really fair though?
Yeah, we can say that. Like if we look at it,
if it's like pure Muay Thai, I think it's gotta be Nong-O, right?
Yeah, like in one terms would be like pure striking is Super Leg is the better guy.
Yeah, pure striking.
More like legacy wise, and then also Nong-O for Muay Thai, like because he barely done kickboxing. So yeah.
Can you count Shinkerson?
This is why I don't want to get into like kickboxing territory because I don't know
but like Super Leg kind of drags us into it already because he spent all his career in kickboxing.
Let's just go through the record on like Wikipedia right now.
You don't have a one app on your phone?
Why would I? It's just links to the one website.
You can check the record. It's like easier to check the record on the one app.
He beat Haggerty, he beat Takeru. The Rodtang fight doesn't count. He beat Nabil, Gongtarani, Peacock, Walter.
Nabil, he counts Nabil, the first one?
Yeah, I already said that. So, and then you go to like Rodtang, Jacob Smith, Ibu, Lasiri coming up in weight, debutant.
I don't think you can make an argument for Rodtang.
Yeah.
He's an icon for sure, not a GOAT.
He's like McGregor. You know, like he's not the GOAT.
Yeah,
like the GOAT, the UFC GOAT is like John Jones or like GSP or like
DJ
Anderson Silva or DJ or like stuff. And it's that like roster where like the most influential one is definitely McGregor. It's the same thing with One and Rodtang. GOAT's probably, I think we already nailed it, to be honest. Can we make a case for Samay?
In one?
Yeah.
No. Lost to Haggerty, no?
Lost to Prajanchai, lost to Haggerty, but it's because he didn't have a weight class that, like, he's a 125-pound fighter, but it's like, they didn't have that weight class before he lost to Haggerty. That's the only reason why he fought at 135. So like at a certain point, it's like, do I want to cut that? But
Lost to Prajanchai, yes.
yeah, otherwise I would have to
to-
say Prajanchai is the GOAT, you know, like.
Prajanchai.
But you can't make Prajanchai the GOAT because of, you know, the no mas,
What no mas?
the Siri fight. The first one.
Oh.
Because like when you talk about one, it's like such a small subset. It's not about like the reputation you garnered. It's
Yeah.
just like how many fights and then how many wins.
Yeah, who do you beat?
Yeah, it's just like a very small like subset. Like you can't have these conversations with like a proper Thai, bro. Like with a proper Thai, there would be a, why are you talking about something like this? It just makes no sense. Yeah, bro, Nong-O is insane.
Yeah.
Like fucking Petila is like 21, right? And we're like talking about how like he's a bit older than he was when he was like coming up when he was 17, 16, 18.
It's Nong like 38,
Like
39.
and Nong-O is like nearly 40, bro. He's like, you call me Unc, Nong-O is a proper Unc.
He's a prehistoric Unc.
Well, let's not go that far.
Yeah, he's pretty
a-
fun. Like when he was fighting, was the internet even invented yet when he was fighting? Like
Yo, you're insane, bro. Like, right or wrong, that is an insane rhetorical
could you
question to
Google
ask.
something when he was like fighting, like back in like
I
Hindu
actually
days?
will, bro. So Nong-O is 38 now. Years active
Okay.
since 1996. Surely indigenous.
What was invented in 1996? Search up. What was invented in 1996?
What was invented in
1996?
1996?
USB.
Google.
He fought.
USB, yeah. Yeah, Google just got invented when he started his career.
Bro, this dude.
You're
He's prehistoric.
You're evil.
I'm telling you, bro. He's prehistoric.
He's proper Unc status. His kids probably have kids right now.
He's a grandpa.
Now he has like a small son,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah,
Who
it's a
actually
son.
fights as well. So if you're saying that child fighting is unethical, then Nong-O is unethical.
He's a bad human then, by your logic.
And he's also a fighter, so he knows what he's doing. So he's putting
Yeah.
his son through torture and exploitation when he already has enough money.
How could he?
How did we go full circle?
Was there more? Oh, yeah, that's Superbon Noiri fight too. We haven't talked about that yet. We're gonna touch on that, yeah?
Well, we can't touch on that. Yeah,
It's
before
kickboxing though, but you know.
Before we dip, one thing I want to point out on that is that it's funny how everyone turned from being Superbon haters in Thailand when
Thailand.
when he fought Tawanchai, he's like the bad guy. Tawanchai is like the good-looking good
Yeah.
guy, right? And then now that he's fighting Noiri, who is like an even like more of a bad guy.
Yeah.
Now he's the good guy. Now everyone's rooting for Peacock now.
Yeah, because he knocked out their idol.
No, not just that, but the way he like conducts himself, like
Really?
gestures and Thai people don't like do like they act like he goes into ring like this and then acts all like cool and
Aura
shit.
farm.
Yeah,
It's aura
like,
farming.
no, but he's aura farming to a level where Thai people find it cringe
Yeah.
and uncool, and like then obviously knocking out Tawanchai doesn't help. So now he's on negative aura compared to like and that aura got transferred to Superbon. Now everyone wants Superbon to aura
Yes.
farm in the ring with a knockout and then come out victorious. One thing that I will mention is that I will not be surprised if like nearly all the Thai fighters lose because the event is in Japan, and that is what happened the last time they fought in Japan.
Oh yeah, the record was crazy. It was like 2
I think
wins,
only
believe.
Pechija won, right?
Petita and Rodtang.
Yeah.
There's only
and,
2 people.
and the Nabil Super Leg fight doesn't count because it's a Thai v Thai.
Yeah.
So like all the other fights,
Yeah,
the Thai would lose.
Sami lost. Who else lost in that?
Surya Leg lost.
Oh yeah, he did.
Leg Pet lost. Ruck lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
lost. And then Tawanchai, right? And Petsila told me about it before as well. Like when he went to Japan, he didn't eat anything because like these Thai guys, they're like they come from the dirt and shit, but like they're so picky with what they eat, bro. It's
Like it's
insane.
so expensive for them.
No,
or
it's
what?
not too expensive. It's not about the price, bro. They obviously have the money to eat that.
Well, it's like
it's just like
making it's not spicy. They're not gonna eat it.
that and like it's not just about spice. It's about like taste in general. Like
bro, saying that to Japanese food is
like-
crazy, man.
in it. Like,
That's crazy.
and I see like Tawanchai going to eat omakase like all the time in Bangkok.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Japan, comes out with the apology video with like, I went there and I didn't eat anything. And it's like, yo, you're at the place where the food you're trying to get in Bangkok is from. What's the big difference? And I do understand how food that is imported is made and for it to taste better for the Thai palate.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I
But it's like still. And same like when Khun Suk like got knocked out against Rookie, it's like the same
He
thing.
didn't eat food too.
He only ate like one chalongs, like pala. That's all he was able to down. It's like everyone, like all of them are like that.
Wait until Thai fighter discover modern nutrition, and further.
No. So like Pesila in his latest fight, he has like a nutritionist come help, right? So the nutritionist would adapt his like food to make it fit for the fighter because how well a fighter eat really affects how they absorb the nutrition and shit. That's just something that I just found out as well. So he's still eating Thai food. It's just like Thai food that is more like filtered and organized for him, like nutrition wise. But when you go to Japan and you can't even eat, let alone eat right, then it's a big factor. And then, well, them just fighting in one is not the rules that they're most used to anyways. Then the food and then the weather. So like it's a lot of things. So it's like I don't know, bro. Like something in the air, there's something in the waters, man. That just makes
time zone affect.
And it's not even a new thing. Yeah, time zone depends on how early they get there. But for one, it probably wouldn't be an effect because they have to be there early anyways.
Yeah.
Something in the waters there, man. Because like even like boxing legends like in the past would come out and say like all the young fighters listening to this, if you go to Japan, you'll fight 50% of what you usually do. So it's like it's not even a new thing, but obviously men back then were tougher. But like still like I got no idea what's up with that. Like even as a Thai myself, I doubt you have a clue as well.
Yeah,
why.
I don't know. Maybe you gotta be.
You just got back from Japan.
I just I was so tired when I was there too for some reason. I think
maybe you're just like
it's the air.
Maybe you think about like how Thai fighters feel, and then you go there subconsciously and like, oh no, I'm weak. I can't defend my belt. I think it's also that and confidence as well. You know, like not having your
maybe not being at home, not being around Thai people.
So
before your fight,
all the things that I said before are legit reasons.
Yeah.
Like the food, everything, and then also like the mental side as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if most of the fighters on the card loses. I'll just say that. So I look cool if it comes out right, and if it comes out wrong, then I look cool as well because it makes Thai fighters look like they progressed.
Yes, sir.
Anything that you want to add before we end the thing?
Japanese food is pretty good. I don't know what Thai people are on about.
There was one time when I went to like an Italian restaurant, like
in Italy.
We had like guys like in Thailand, like we had our guys that, like were kind enough to like pay for the dinner there.
Nice.
And then I went with the fighters, right? So I would order like fucking penne spaghettis and like fucking, you know, like stuff like that, you know. And then these boys would look at the menu, they would not be able to read it, and then we had the waiter read it out for them and then ask them for recommendations, and then they were like, steak. And then steak would come. And then there would be like a steak sauce and like everything, you know?
Yeah.
They would be like, ketchup.
What?
And then I'm like, I just feel so bad for this chef. Like, so I think that's just what it is on all levels. Like they're just used to what they're used to. Like if you put these boys who were sleeping like over there from their like nasty rooms, super unorganized, super humid, super like not the best living condition. You put them in like 5-star hotels and shit. I think they would still prefer to live in the gyms like this. You know, it's just what they're accustomed to. So sometimes like people would talk about how like you need to be up to world-class standards, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you just need to do what made you good in the first place. Once you start fighting abroad, then maybe you need to find a way to like figure it out. Either like find a way to bring Thai food there or like find a Thai restaurant there or like something. Like there's got to be something that you can do. Something. Like when Petsidao went to England the last time, he went to fight Ryan Sheehan in England in the middle of the year. He found a Thai restaurant.
Oh, nice.
And then he's like, oh, I'm like being at home. And then he won by knockout. So it's like, it's just about, sometimes fighting goes so much further than in the ring, you know? Like, Imagine if he didn't found that restaurant and then got no energy and then got knocked out by Ranchi, and it would be like big news. And it just comes from like that small detail outside the ring that no one talks about.
So much factors.
Yeah, fighting is more than fighting. Well, I think this is a good time to end the
Yeah.
show. So leave in the comments what you think. Bro, I'm so shit at doing the outro. So bye.